is related to something energy and the power sector, energy transmission framework in the works, DEA secretary. So energy production and energy transmission are the two separate things. And in energy production, we produce energy using the either the traditional method of the coal combustion or either the new method of the renewable sources like wind and solar power. After the production, it is necessary to transmit the energy stored at produced at the one place and storing it and transmitting to where it is required. Like most of the energy production take place in the off remote area and offbeat areas which are very far away from the residential area. So the energy transmission, it is very necessary, and the power grid company is in India's prominent player in the energy transmission. The governing government is firming up a long-term plan for smoother energy transmission without disrupting the pace of growth, said Economic Affairs Secretary. So the government is doing the energy transmission plan without any sacrifice of the pace of growth. He told ET that Finance Ministry has partnered with the Asian Development Bank and the Niti Aayog has formed a working group to suggest the input for the such roadmap. So they are forming strategy with the other financial companies like Niti Aayog and the Asian Development Bank to give the roadmap that how the vision can be achieved, and because these vision require a lot of the fund requirement and cannot be done by the few person alone. The Ayog is likely to submit a report in the 3 to 4 months. The energy transmission framework, emphasizing reduced reliance on the fossil fuel based power, is one of the three policy framework announced in the budget. The other wing is an economic policy framework for the next generation reforms and a vision and a security document. So yes, the budget has emphasis great on the solar power because India want to achieve the target of the 500 gigawatt solar power production by 2030, and which might be 50% of our requirement. Currently we are 60-40%. We need to grow, but we cannot grow without the consuming more energy. So how do we get into the path keeping the high growth rate impact? What is the model being worked out by the advanced economy whose per capita income is over 50,000 versus the who per capita? So here has to be entirely different piece of the yes, because India is a developing country and they are saying that India wants to grow, but still we cannot totally cut the coal-based energy production. If we want to grow, we have to generate more renewable energy, but still and slowly and gradually we have to reduce the coal-based production. And they are comparing it with the developed nation, because in the developed nation the per capita income is far high as compared to India. In India we have around two five hundred $2,500 per person, whereas in USA it is around $80,000. Responding to a question on the tariff imposed by the some advanced nation on the high carbon products, which have been criticized by the global south, including India, as one-sided, said the economic with the per capita income more than that can easily absorb the additional cost of the say 4,000 due to the such step, but it is exorbitant for those whose per capita is below the 3,000. So one of the step taken by the developed nation in doing so was to charging the high tax on the carbon emission. So they are saying that this is feasible and possible for those countries who have per capita income more than 3,000, but it is not feasible for those countries who have lower per capita income. Though in India we have the carbon emission policy and carbon credits, the companies which are producing a lower carbon emission can sell their carbon credits to other companies. As some have suggested that one can have the carbon pricing, but the question is that affordability. Again, the preliminary task about it in terms of the availability, accessibility, and affordability. Carbon pricing aims to curb the greenhouse gases emission by slagging the tariff on the eliminating and offering the incentive for the eliminating fees. Yes, but the carbon policy is that if you are producing more, eliminating more carbon footprints in the environment, you have to pay more taxes to the government. Either you have to buy the carbon credit from the other country or you have to pay the some penalty for the government. As for the financing framework for the infrastructure, the Secretary said the panel under the Biden government chairman of the Prime Minister Economic Affairs Council is expected to submit a report in 2 to 3 months. Rapid infrastructure development in central of the India aims to emerge as a developed country by the 247. Will target are developed by 247 and third level by 2027. A November 22 report that the World Bank suggested that India needs to invest 840 million over the 15-year in the urban infrastructure alone itself to effectively meet the needs of the fast growing urban population.